very early, so I just had to chill last night. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in this final week of October 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Scorpio's feeling first of all, please. Oops, where's that gone? Right, so we've got the 9 of Wands, and that landed on the floor in the challenge position. The 9 of Wands upright is the wounded warrior. It's someone who's been battling for a long time, but they're prepared to keep going. If it was reversed, it'd be someone who's battled for a long time and is dropping the burdens. They refuse to continue. This is the challenge, like, am I going to continue with this struggle? Am I going to keep fighting the good fight? Or am I going to let this house of cards fall? I need to put my jumper on now, I'm cold. This is the story of my life, trying to get my temperature just right. I'm like Goldilocks. I've calmed down now because I've been doing the tarot, but I was dead stressed when I first started doing the readings because I watched this movie and it just got more and more like stressful. Left me in a right state. It was meant to be a romance movie that was a bit raunchy and it was like bloody stressful. Okay, 2 more cards for Scorpio. Page of Pentacles reversed. So you're not looking to invest. If you were the Page of Pentacles upright, you would be looking to put time, money and energy into someone, you know, like it's the potential of what something could be. Like, I'm looking for someone that I might like to invest in. It doesn't mean that you found someone yet, but that's your intention, is that you would date with a view to, you know, it going somewhere. When the Page of Pentacles is reversed, it's like, I'm not looking. I ain't looking. Yeah, oof, look at that. 10 of Wands. 10 is the end of a cycle. Something has been an absolute battle all the way through, from start to finish. These ones represent challenges and they're just dropping on top of this person's head. Like, do, like, ow, what a headache. Do you know what I mean? Like, permanent migraine. You're over it, Scorpio. You're battle fatigued. You are done. Let's get 3 for your person, the one that's on your mind, the one that you are currently dealing with, or the one that you're manifesting in the future. Okay, so we've got the Scales of Justice. This is the major arcana for Libra. It's upright, and that's in combination with the Queen of Swords reversed the Three of Wands reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed, the Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Cups upright, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Goodness me. Queen of Swords can be a divorce card, especially when it's reversed. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So we've got double Libra with the scales of justice there. Lack of action, lack of cooperation, lack of investment, lack of growth and expansion. Apologies, and it appears to be a vicious cycle. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Libra, you don't have to be, but there's just, this person is like, there's a lack of expansion, a lack of growth, a lack of commitment, a lack of cooperation, a lack of action. And it's just a vicious cycle. It's a bad pattern that's forming. I don't know if they're apologising to you or you're apologising to them about that, but it looks like you're mutually like fed up. Let's get two more for them. Yeah, because this is, I always say this is how they're feeling. So they feel like something's been really toxic and karmic going on here. It doesn't have to be your person. It could be like someone that's coming in the future. You might not be dealing with anyone, but it does look like you've been through a really tough chapter of your life here. They've got the Sun card reversed, so they're feeling quite burdened by all this. When the Sun card is upright, it's being carefree, you know, not having a care in the world. In the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's a naked baby riding a horse bareback, giggling with the sun, like beaming behind it. Like it's being carefree. You know, babies don't have to worry about mortgages. They don't have to worry about their physique, you know, their self-image. They don't have to worry about anything really past their basic needs, you know, of hunger, tiredness, and having their nappy changed. They haven't really got to worry about anything. They're very contented. Yeah, they're burden free. But when the Sun card's reversed, it's having burdens, okay? So it's feeling burdened about something that is a cycle, okay? So very, very mutual emotions here. We can't have the same card twice. There's only one of each card in a 78 card tarot deck. So we're sort of getting like similar stories really, using slightly different cards. You're from Salford. Where's everyone else watching from? That's cool. I like to know where people are watching from. The Emperor reversed. There's a lack of leadership from this person, and I don't know if it's you or them. The Emperor is the major arcana for Aries. You see the ram head. Aries are, you know, fire energy, stoic, ambitious. They love to be in control, to have the final say, you know, to delegate, to pass things down, the chain of command. Like when it's in the reverse, it's either being overbearing, domineering, pushy, or it's being weak, a lack of leadership, you know, like shrinking down. Now, with the way that things are, I would say it's likely to be a lack of leadership, shrinking down, but let's see, because you'd never know. 2 more for the outcome. Coming out from the cold, recovery of finances, or, you know, a lack of communication, lack of investment, recovery from, you know, from bad finances or lack of abundance in terms of romance. The Hermit, another major arcana. So that's the major for Virgo. It's about, you know, in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that, sorry, he must walk this part of the journey alone. The answers lie within him, not with someone else. You know, time to yourself, time to reflect, time to isolate, look in. What was my part? What was their part? How do I feel? What do I want for myself going forwards? Hermit energy is very, very healthy. This is an important process in healing. So yeah, so it's tough all round. It's been tough all round. They may feel that they want to right some wrongs, that they would like to apologize. You know, they may feel like they've had some karma for the kind of way that they've treated you. If you look at the spread, there's a lot of cards on this side. It's very complex, and it's, you know, like a lack of cooperation, lack of action, a lack of investment. I feel that this person wants to apologize for the things that they've done that are wrong. Hang on a minute. Should the Emperor have been there? Sometimes I forget to do like the third card. I think they're the Emperor reversed. They failed. They failed in this situation. They fucked up. Let's get one more for the outcome then. In the outcome, they're coming out from the cold. They're doing reflection. Hi, Julia. The King of Pentacles reversed. They could have cost you a lot of money, you know. Or you could be feeling less than generous towards them now. You know, less nurturing, less generous, less giving. You could be struggling for money if they've... I'm going to clarify because I'm a bit nervous that this is like a karmic or something. Let's get no contact messages from them. This isn't goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. This isn't goodbye. We will be together again soon. Yeah, because it said lack of action, didn't it? Lack of action, lack of cooperation. So they intend to come back to you. They want to apologise. They want to come out from the cold. They want to heal things. What's the nature of this connection, please? Ooh, beware of codependency. Addictive behaviours are affecting your romantic life. Ooh. Are they coming back because they want your money? Are they coming back because they don't know how to be independent? Or they don't want to be, someone that stands on their own 2 feet or that contributes equally? Are they someone that has their own money but enjoys to use yours? Like, I'm a bit worried. It's not always, codependency isn't always about money. Sometimes, sometimes it's other stuff, isn't it? Like, I feel like some people genuinely don't know how to spend an evening by themselves. It could point to, when you're codependent, it's not really that, is it? I was thinking about codependency can be. I want to say can be and can mean. You could be codependent on a substance, a habit. Yeah, it says addictive behaviors. So people can over exercise, people can overeat, people can drink too much, people can avoid communication. People can procrastinate, people can do all kinds of shit, can't they? Like shop too much, gamble. I reckon we all have a couple of those behaviours. I definitely think we do. But codependency, when it's really scary, is someone that is not prepared to be without you, and they're going to be controlling, they're going to be abusive, that's not healthy. If you can be in a healthy relationship and you're not perfect and you have some bad habits or whatever, that's one thing. But to be codependent on another human being to the point where you're controlling what they wear, what they eat, who they see, where they work, you're going through their phone, you're going through their diary, you're crossing boundaries, you're demanding money from them, you're lying to them about where you're going, you're being aggressive or breaking property. Like, obviously, none of those things are healthy, they're completely toxic. So only you know, Scorpio, like what this person's been up to, because it could be something mild that's forgivable, or it could be something really awful. So you need to use your discernment, and make sure that you have boundaries, because there's definitely something karmic here. And the karmics don't leave you. It's never going to be goodbye if it's their choice. Like, oh my god, I lifted the deck up and on the bottom it says karmic relationship. Healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Something's toxic here. Something's toxic. There's some sort of addiction or bad behaviours, that I just don't know if this person is someone that you should let back into your life. Reach out. They're like, please get in touch with me, like Ace of Wands or Ace of Swords. I'm going to reach out, I'm going to communicate with you because I want a rebirth. Well, they might want what they want, but if they're no good for you, people are supposed to make your life better. If they're bringing chaos, if they're bringing confusion, if they're draining your bank balance, if they're a fucking liar and they're spreading like disgusting lies, or they're being controlling, no, they can't come back. So you need to use your discernment with this, because we've got a couple of red flags here. I don't like the wheel reversed. I don't like beware of codependency, addictive behaviours, toxic relationship or addiction. I don't like it. I think it's more than like having a bit of a like teamer addiction or like eating a bit too much. I think this is something more insidious, you know? It could be to do with money because it got that 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. I will clarify, don't worry, I won't leave you confused. Intimacy, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. They could be a sex addict. There could be someone that is like, often you get that with toxic people. They rely upon, you know, sexing you up and like, they think if they give you the good loving, they can drain your bank balance, or they think if they give you the good loving, you'll forget, you know, the names that they've called you or the fact that they've hit you. They think if they're like handsome enough or beautiful enough, you'll just put up with whatever, because you'll never get anyone like them. They got a fucking ego on them, these karmics. It's a narcissistic trait to use your looks and your sexuality, or make yourself look older, or use animals, you know, and babies to kind of look cute and look like you're a really nice, nurturing person. They'll break the neck of an animal or a baby in the next, you know, 24 hours. It's all a fucking show. It's put on a show and manipulate people constantly. So I would say it's like smoke and mirrors, you know? It's like a person with split personality. You'll think such nice things about them, and they'll, you know, look nice, or they'll have a gorgeous smile that just like, you know, write poetry or do really nice things like wash your hair for you. Like, you get nice stuff from them, and you'll get the most horrific stuff from them as well. And it's like, what on earth? You can't put like these two personalities together. I care too much what others think. They could be codependent on other people, and that's why they don't invest in you. I don't know. They care too much what other people think. You could have had a really good physical relationship with this person. They know something was unfair, something was toxic, and they want to apologise. In the outcome, they're definitely going to approach, but for you, it's been nothing but a headache. Been nothing but a headache for you. Dream world, living in a fantasy land, illusions, not real love. Yeah, they could be an absolute faker, you know. Wishful thinking, having lofty ideals leads to a letdown, be realistic. Celestial grace and special moments feel the blessed touch of the divine guiding your path. Faith's haven, believe in the safety of your return as every journey leads back to comfort. Lone path, needing to take time out or be on your own for a while. Deeper waters, step out of your comfort zone and explore new depths. Ticking clock, let love unfold naturally and give it time to grow. Counsel's compass, seek advice to steer judgment as insightful talks illuminate your journey. Temporal bonds, in the realm of flighty bonds, true connections waver but endure. So what you often get with people who are trying to trick you into a relationship and they're actually a narcissist, they have a narcissistic supply, they need money, they want lots of money, they want it to be your money, they want your resources, your connections, they want status that comes with being with you, celebrity that comes with being with you, whatever it is that this person needs, whatever their supply is, you've got it. Spirit is clearly warning about making sure that if you proceed with this person, you take it very, very slow, because that gives you time to see what they're like in a relationship and see if there's any improvement, see if the chaos continues, allow someone close to that person to expose them to you, because that's often what happens. Someone sees that you're a good person and they can't stand that you're being duped, and they will say, look, this is what this person really like, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but they've been saying X or Y or Z about you. They've been doing this, they've done that. I'm not talking about a little bit bad, I'm talking about like there's a warrant out for their arrest, or they've been in prison before, or like, I'm talking about big shit, okay? They lie in saying that you're asking them for money constantly. Actually, you're the one that's been paying for everything. Yeah, it's bad stuff. A serial liar, a serial cheater, a lawbreaker, probably tick all of those boxes. You won't know it. You won't know it, and then someone close to them will expose them. But you need to take things slow, because a person like this will try to move in with you quickly. They'll try to marry you quickly. They'll try to get you pregnant quickly. If anyone's rushing you into that, think about how most people try to avoid commitment for as long as possible, don't they? Why is this person rushing it? Why are they trying to go too quickly? I'm not saying that's the situation here, but if you give any connection time, it's better than rushing it, because you don't know what you're buying into. You don't know what you're signing up for if you go quickly. But if you take it slower, you will see soon enough if someone's changed, if they are improving, or if it's Groundhog Day or it's getting worse. I mean, ideally, you don't want change, improve, or any of that language. You just want it to be good, and then it keeps being consistent. You don't want it to be, let's see if it gets better this time, because that's already like shit. But God forbid, if it was a narcissist, it would get worse for sure. That's the point of karmic connections. We're sent them to force us to put boundaries, and it will get worse, and it will get more extreme and more frightening until you say no more, okay? And you send this person packing, or you get them arrested, or whatever needs to be done. I hate nothing about you. Well, they're a charming person. They always are. Okay, but remember what I said about split personality. Very important. It's all part of the manipulation. To confuse you, to gaslight you, to be really gorgeous half the time. So they could be really evil the other half the time. Unfinished business, proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation. They're definitely going to come knocking, you know. They're going to come knocking on your door. They're going to get people, they do like hoovering, they'll get people to reach out to you that they know, you know, that seem like normal, nice people. You got to be really cold with people like this, and you got to cut them off. You got to cut off the ones that are probably nice and normal that have to put up with this person because it's their dad or it's their mum or it's their like brother or sister or it's their, I don't know, in-law, or it's like some poor sods have to deal with this person because it's a person that's gonna get out of prison and they're gonna come knocking on their door because they'll be like, well, you're my mum, you're supposed to give me somewhere to live, you're my son, you're supposed to love me no matter what. The people like this, they don't have a soul, I'm telling you. And they will, you know, just curse like these people's lives. They probably breathe a sigh of relief when they go back into prison because they know it'll be like quiet for a while. It's someone that's bad news, guys. Like I wouldn't fuck around with them, not for a second time. You were my home, now you're just a place I can't return to. You could have gone to prison already. You could be in prison now. Or you could have just, like, cut them off and disappeared. They will always play the victim as well. They'll be ringing you up crying, snotting everywhere, making out like you're just cold, you're this, you're that. You can tell I've got first-hand experience. Did I get confession off them? I didn't, did I? Yes, I did. I care too much what others think. Roots. Connect with your roots. Ancestral wisdom guides you. I would speak to people who are your age or older. I would ask people if they've ever dealt with someone like this before, because you need support, you need the benefit of wisdom, experience, people who've survived narcissistic abuse, people who are going to be able to say, look, there's nothing new under the sun. This is something that happened to me or someone that I know. And you're not stupid, you're not foolish, you're not a scumbag, you're not any of the things that you're telling yourself that you are. Okay, this happens to people. And, you know, narcissists, they will latch on to people who are functioning because they're dysfunctional people. They have to grab onto in a parasitic way people who are functioning, you know, and it's a form of survival, but they will pull you into the psychotic drama that they've got going on 24/7. So I won't feel sorry for them. Get them off you because you're still you, so you get to go back to your normal, you'll see how calm it is when you get this person out of your life. You'll see how calm it is and how quickly things become calm straight away. Not saying it won't hurt to find out how much they've betrayed you, because they'll have betrayed you on many different levels and you'll have had no idea. It'll be the tip of the iceberg what you do know. But once they're gone, you'll get your sanity back, you'll get balance, you'll get calm, because you were never the drama, they brought it into your life. So the good news is, you get rid and you get your life back. No more ones dropping onto your head like that. The answer with karmics, toxic karmics, and people who are seriously bad news, the answer is distance. Usually they have to go to jail, for something, for you to get a bloody breather from them. But sometimes going to another country or at least another county can really, really help. And making sure that you don't live by yourself, making sure that you live with others can really, really help. Hopefully they'll attach themselves onto someone else, and that's sorry for whoever it is that they go towards, but they're not on your back anymore. But you've got to cut off, like a tumour, you've got to cut out everything around that person as well. So everyone that seems like, they're actually a decent human being, they'll be a sucker for that person, because they'll just want them to change. They don't want their son to be a narcissist. They don't want, their daughter, the mother, the dad to be a narcissist. So they'll hope that the person's going to change, and they'll feel obliged to help them because it's a relative, or it's, sometimes in-laws help because they think, well, you've got a child to like be taken care of, so okay, I'm going to help you because it's my nephew, or it's my niece, or it's my, goddaughter or whatever. And it's like you do it because you feel obliged to help, don't you? But you're gonna have to get away from space and cut everyone out around them, because they're gonna give them information. They're gonna try and talk to you for them. No. Solar plexus chakra. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution to the whole is. So, this is about personal power, being assertive, stepping up, taking leadership, take back control of your life, rebalance everything, get rid of the crazy, cut out everything else around the crazy. That was never you. That was never your life. It was never your personality. You didn't do any of that shit. You go back to being you without all this shit going on. Play. Sorry. I am completely engaged in what I do, in the here and now. I call it play instead of work. I am deeply fulfilled by all that I do. So whatever it is that you've got going on, whether it's your career, whether it's a side hustle, a hobby, immerse yourself in those things and relish that you're good at it, relish that you're helping people, relish who you are, okay, and raise your vibrations, because that is the key to recovery from all of this. And as I say, it'll be pretty instant once you've finished getting all the revelations and all the awful information from the person that's exposing them, and you'll start kind of asking everyone, and everyone will talk to each other and be like, oh my God, they've been saying that. Okay, so this is the actual case, like, and you'll put it all together and it'll be awful, but once you cut them out, you'll find out, like, that was never me, that's that person, and they're still going to be like that, and I'm the person I was before I met them. Let's get you a good luck, good fortune card. Your intuition is your greatest strength, so trust it, okay? If you were feeling like this person was dodgy, or it's just been one fucking headache after the next since this person came into your life, or it's never calm, like you got good stuff with this person, but it's never calm, there's always some sort of problem, and it's a big one, some sort of drama. See the pattern, see that it's them, trust your gut. You know when something isn't really for you. You know when it isn't. If someone's going too fast, and it's just really odd, it probably is too good to be true. Do you know what I mean? If someone's trying to drag you down the aisle or get you pregnant or rush into anything, get a house together quickly, it's probably not good. It's probably not in your best interest. 333, support, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and your sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose, and it contributes to your community. So you're going to get some healing from, pursuing like different passions of yours. Whether that's like running a little business, being creative, having a hobby, setting up a club, whatever it is, like this is all the key to your recovery. Okay, you're moving on from this chapter of your life. Do you want me to see if there's any new love coming in? You might just want time to heal, to be honest, and time to put boundaries up, be by yourself, get your independence back. New love for Scorpio, please. Any new love coming in? Okay, so trust that it will happen when the time is right. So I think you would do really well to have an eat, pray, love year. Give yourself 12 months to just get back to some sort of equilibrium, some sort of balance, enjoy like the people that you've got in your life who are there for you, that adds to it, that would never do you out of money, would never lie about you, would never put you in danger, would never have you associated with any kind of law breaking. Just be really grateful to get back to normal, back to safety, back to calm, predictability. After all the drama, you'll be glad for some boredom. And it'll strengthen your bonds. You'll be embarrassed to tell people, and then some people you'll feel like, I can confide in that person, and they'll tell you stuff it'll just make you feel so much better. Like, you'll drop your shoulders, you won't be as ashamed, you'll feel like, this was something actually bad that happened to you, but it could have ended a lot worse, or you're gonna get back on track now, and it'll just take the pressure off, take the strain off, take the embarrassment, the pain. It'll just dissolve it all. Like, the secret to healing is definitely immersing yourself into your job, your projects, your hobbies, your passions, and being around good people. And you might not want to deal with anyone, for a good while just to recover from, this was a huge abuse of your trust, a huge, gross, like, this person took many fucking liberties, whoever this was, and now you're not setting yourself up for that again. You can have your eyes wide open, and you won't get sent another karmic if you just create some boundaries, move slower, ask more questions. Don't be so quick and so ready to excitedly get into a relationship with someone that just seems like they're too perfect, because usually that is not every time, but you need to fact check, you need to like do your research, look at social media. That's not, I've had a karmic that they had me on all their social media and all their family and friends as well. So that's not necessarily going to be something that proves that they are who they say they are, or they haven't got a bad past. You might be able to see who their family and friends are, but they could have a really bad past, and that's not going to be on social media, is it? So just try to cross-check facts, you'll see over time, you'll see if they're never good for money, you'll see if they're involved with drugs or guns or debt or gambling, or you'll see over time. Like, the one thing I can tell you is to go slower. You rush in and you make big decisions, big commitments. What are you going to do? It's going to be 10 times worse, going to be 100 times worse. So turn to the people that love you, that care about you. Even like some colleagues can be like surprisingly good to talk to. You won't want to tell everyone what's happened. You will just know that you feel comfortable to tell one or two people, but it's important to do that to recover from this ordeal that you've been through, because it is an ordeal, and you feel very ashamed for trusting the wrong person because you let them into the lives of your family. They've been around your children, or they've been around, children in your family. They've been around your parents. You feel embarrassed. You feel ashamed, that you got duped and that someone that dangerous has been around your loved ones. But it's a very good liar. It's someone that's a serial liar. They've done it their whole life, and they're constantly doing it to everyone around them. So it's not to do with you or anything that you deserve or anything you did wrong. It was a lesson that was sent to you, and now you've got your eyes wide open. And it'll make you appreciate the people that you've got, that they're so good to you and they would never do you out of money, or make you frightened or harm you in any way, get you in trouble with the law in any way. They would never do that to you, and that's something to really be grateful for. And to be like so thankful that you're a functional person and the non-functional person is gone, so you get to be functional again. They're going to be crazy wherever they are, aren't they? So you'd rather be you than be them. So don't pity yourself, just be glad that you're a norm. You're a norm. I hope I'm on the right track with this one, because I've certainly gone on about it for long enough. Take care. I hope it resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. If you're interested in a personal reading, it's £18. You can private message on TikTok, on Instagram, or you can send me an email. Details are in the channel description. Turnaround time is 24 hours this week. Yeah, that's it. Right, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last 4 signs.